All right, welcome back to Survivor China. Huh?
Yeah, we're here. We're here, and we're Dave. Dave got kicked off finally. Dave, our favorite Dave.
um,
Not really whole much more to say about that. It's just I'm thankful he's gone. He's
wait,
a big downer.
did I send the right episode? We're on episode 5, right?
We are. Yep. hmm
Okay, so who's been voted out so far?
So far it's Chicken, Ashley, Leslie, Sister Christian, and Dave.
Okay.
hmm
Yeah, they had enough of Dave.
Yeah, we had. I think the whole world has had enough of Dave. I think.
For some reason, I forgot that was what happened last episode.
Oh,
So,
geez. Okay.
but yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Dave got kidnapped by Fei Long. Um,
yep.
Frosty didn't feel the love for Dave. I'm just reading notes. Frosty didn't feel the love for Dave. Sharia did not want to put up with Dave.
Mm-mm.
Uh, Jean-Hu has a good time without Dave. Um,
Yep, they got to spend that time without him and realize, oh, we like this better, so
yeah.
we'll just do
Yep.
this then.
We'll just do this. Yeah. Just get rid of him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're new to the channel, I'm a big Survivor fan, taking my friend Alec for the first time through Survivor chronologically from the beginning. If you go to our channel, we have a playlist of all our Survivor videos, or you go to zacharcher.net/survivor. You can click on any Survivor season if you want to see the videos we did on them. So,
Yeah.
plenty
Good
out
stuff.
there, and Alec does not know what's ahead. He only knows what we've seen thus far, so everything's fresh.
I've been sworn to secrecy. I'm as far as Survivor's concerned, I'm back in the year 2007 or whenever this was airing, 2008.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm back. I'm way back in time. It's probably 2007, I think. It'd be That's right. It
I think it
started
is
in two
2007.
yeah.
Fiji was 2007 at least, so
Yeah. I think
I
yeah.
think
I
so.
think this is as well because I think 2008 will be 16, 17, and then 2009 will be 18, 19. So,
All right, well,
I think
as always, you can click the link in the description to see the highlights of our reaction and then come back afterwards for the discussion. All right.
yeah. Please, we'll see you then. It's so awkward. I love that. That's great. It's
All
been a while since
right.
we've had a really entertaining Wow. Okay.
Aaron's been voted out, folks.
That was an episode of Survivor that we just
Yeah.
watched.
I mean, it was definitely entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give it that. You got to give it that it was entertaining because it didn't fail in that regard.
Just doesn't feel really good. Like, what did Aaron?
No.
Look how they massacred our boy.
Yeah.
He's just like sitting
I mean, like
pretty
I
in the
had
other
like
tribe, and it's just like swap gone. Oh, whoops! It's like
oh
pick the two strongest you want. All right, take them over here. First of all, John Who thought that they would just get two. They thought they would just be 7-5, is what they were thinking.
which makes no sense.
All right, but they're like, all right,
Really.
well, we're gonna get our two one way or
Get the
another.
strong.
Let's freaking
Yeah.
throw this
We'll take the
challenge.
strongest.
I mean,
Take the strongest and
PG's
then we'll throw it.
protracted. It's pretty much breaking the game. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
well, you designed a game that we can break by like throwing the
hmm
challenge and have the numbers just locked already in our favor, like with nothing they can do. And Jeff and the producers like,
Yeah.
oh, guys, you were supposed to try to win now, and so Jeff's like,
But they give
James,
them no.
isn't this
The thing is,
deplorable behavior?
they've given them no incentive to do that though. That's the thing is that like when you try to get cute with it like this and you kidnap two members and do that whole thing, this gives them no incentive to do that. They have a distinct disadvantage. They have a two-member disadvantage going into the challenge. Why
Yeah,
would they like? Why would they try to be trying to win?
win and then send
And
their
yeah,
people to
if
the
heading into
slaughter.
yeah, exactly. Like even if their people somehow escape unscathed, which I mean might be the case, they're still could potentially be at a one person disadvantage. They get rid of say they get rid of Jean Robert, that they're able to get people together to get that. But then I don't know, they get rid of Frosty, or they get rid of Sharia. You know, maybe they're not gelling with her so much. They don't trust her, and they want their other guys back. There's no reason for them to try to allow things to even out
Yeah.
themselves.
You
So like,
lose and you give yourself full control of the situation.
yeah,
Guaranteed get one of
exactly.
them out. And they just happen to
Yeah,
be the two strongest that we just took over here.
right. Exactly. So,
So it's
and
like
because they would have done that anyway.
at
They would have
least
done
with
that anyway.
a yeah.
If it had been the case where they'd just taken two over and it was now 7-5 them, that's exactly what they would have done there too. They would have just gotten rid of the two strongest people because they could.
Yeah, because at least with a regular swap, there's more of a gray area as to like
Mm,
maybe one tribe will have the majority one way. So it'll be mixed in different ways. It's not like the two strongest are on each side. So it's like there's some more gray area to that. And
mm.
like maybe wanting to keep tribe strength or something, but this is so straightforward to like we give you our two strongest. All right, let's lose the challenge.
Yeah,
And what PG's saying is that they're thinking it'll be a merge at 10, so you want to at least get it to 5-5 going into the merge. So,
right.
so what would be funny is that if that is the case, and then it's like next challenge, the other tribe caught on to that, and they're both just trying to desperately lose the challenge. It's like no one wants to win.
No one wants to win. That would
But
be really funny. That's rough.
but these are the things you gotta when you're designing a game. You gotta keep
Hmm.
these things in mind, like how things are
Well,
gonna
but
go. Because
that's
I'm assuming this is not what the producers wanted. I mean, it's like it was
yeah,
fun,
100%. They
but I don't think it was fun because they just got to automatically, like by default, take out one of their strongest people. It was just a fun episode, and that part
It's a
is
fun
like
episode in
not as
general. In
exciting as like other
It
twists they
was
try to do.
in spite of the twist, it was exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with like Message in a Bottle, which we didn't agree at with
Yeah.
as a game mechanic. That was still like a very fun episode, and it's a
The thing
moment,
is,
but
a lot of the swapping things have always been like very random element. You know, it's never been very targeted. Every once in a while, there's a
yeah,
little bit
you
of
pick
elements
these
that's like
two
targeted.
people to come and be the minority of
Yeah.
the tribe.
Yeah, it's like it's so bizarre, like that you would give them that. That is because that is a lot of power to give people in the
Yeah,
game,
it's like yeah, they are
especially.
the stronger people are naturally in an easier spot pre-merge, so like they can kind of
Mhm.
just coast for a bit if they're just like James, like their tribe is not going to want to vote out James pre-merge just because he carries the tribe so much. So it's like I get wanting to like kind of go in the face of that, but this is like
Mhm.
way too far, like way overcorrecting, So now it's like
Yeah.
completely unfair in the opposite direction. Whereas like by virtue
Because like
of being strong, you are immediately at an unwinnable scenario in a situation like this.
I'm trying to think of a situation where this would actually work, where sending two people over to the tribe, because I'm like, if they're evened out at like 6-6, it's like it's still the same thing. It's still like why would you why would you why would you
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, it's very odd to me that it's like it feels like it wasn't. That's what I mean, is that you needed some added incentive to bring people over, like or some kind of like one of them will get immunity or something like that, or two of them will get immunity, or there had to be. It feel like to me like there has to be something where it's like they can't get voted out this next time around, or you know again, there has to be some
Yeah.
sort of strategic incentive to it. That maybe is not where you go, because that feels kind of unfair in and of itself. But like to me, there just has to be some reason for you to not want to throw, to be able to get people off, because she read it like a book. Like that's perfect. That's perfect strategy to do that. Um,
And poor
So
Aaron's there just chilling in the water, like, yeah, these are some great
yeah,
people. I love these guys. This is just
yeah,
solid.
yeah.
I'm chilling
He's like,
here.
oh, they're great. Yeah, I love them.
Uh,
And she's like, all right, we're getting
you're
get
like,
rid of one of
Aaron,
them.
there's something devious about that Aaron guy. You know.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, he's
it's
just like,
crazy.
he's clearly just like, this is my tribe now. I'll work with my tribe. Let's win. He's like seemingly
Yeah,
not devious at all, but they're like, it's almost
yeah.
too perfect. He's like this attractive,
Mm,
nice, athletic guy, and he's just smiling like, oh yeah, this is great here.
mm.
So they're like, no, we'll take James being upset with us and wanting to go over a guy who's like seemingly too on board.
Yeah, too on board with everything. Yeah, James is like so angry. Like he was livid.
And he's
But it was
pissed
weird
and
because
he's
it's like they
directing at
almost couldn't.
them, but
Yeah,
which is like okay,
but it's like
but yeah,
to me, it's like it's not their fault so much as it is the fact that you were put in this situation, and also, they didn't seem to figure out what was that they did that on purpose,
yeah.
which is
No, I mean
insane.
Eric didn't even know. They just left poor Eric out of it. Oh, what? I was like dying there trying to
Well,
go under and
yeah,
pull out those sticks.
Eric was just dying. That's all. That's
It's
he.
like,
He
so I
probably
did
didn't even
all
see
that for
half what was
nothing?
going
You couldn't have told me. I would have
on.
taken it a little easier going diving down there.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been killing myself, but oh well. Get a little exercise though.
So
Give me some
Aaron,
endurance for
Aaron unfortunately joins the class of Michelle
yeah,
and others of being screwed, seemingly screwed by a twist. We didn't even
unbelievable.
get to see
It's
Aaron
yeah.
cook. Like he was just because he's in that position, he can just be the strong guy, and that's kind of all you need. And he seemed to be getting along well with his tribe. We didn't get to see what he was gonna do in the merge with that.
Mm.
But poor Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely got screwed out of some opportunities there.
What else? We had Jamie and
Man,
Eric.
this little romances. They have romance in
And
China going on here. Yeah, Eric
because
and Jamie are kind of a
and
little
because he
thing.
tells her that he's a virgin, she knows she can trust him even more.
Yeah, she's like, wow, I can trust him even
I
more.
like to
That was
think it's
really
not because
vulnerable.
he told a secret; it's because he is a virgin. He's more trustworthy.
Yeah, she's like, wow, I can trust
And
him.
he's like, oh,
That's such a
he doesn't even know what sex is, so that makes him more
yeah,
trustworthy
yeah,
naturally.
trustworthy. Yeah, he's not devious. He's not out to.
Yeah.
He's not
he
DTF.
he doesn't want a
He's
million
not.
dollars and some ass. He just wants $1 million straight up.
Yeah, he's not DTF. He is DT $1 million.
Hmm.
DTM.
And
DT down to millionaire.
wants to go all the way with her, but just not in that way.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Fei Long, there was some weird stuff with James and Denise, and it was kind of like, oh, he was like, hey, if I
That's
was
so
10 years
funny.
older, or she was 10 years younger,
She'd
then
be in trouble.
it'd be she'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's a weird way to
Oh
put it
wow.
there, man. But yeah, I guess he finds work ethic very attractive. So
Yeah, he's
he's
a
able to work
hardworking
there.
woman. It's attractive.
Um,
Damn. Jeez.
so JR gets dunked on by his own tribe. They don't like him.
Yeah.
And they make that very
Well,
clear.
look,
Yeah,
he with his
he's kind of
brilliant
a das.
strategy
Yeah,
of being, I'm gonna be
yeah,
awful in the first half and really come alive in the
yeah,
second half.
yep.
He's really set himself up to where people already hate him, rubbing people the wrong way, literally, and so now everything you do is gonna annoy them.
Yeah,
Regardless
even if
of
you're doing something helpful and beneficial.
yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, Amanda's saying he woke up. He never wakes up early, so he's obviously like, oh, the strongest men are gone. Let me try to step up
Hmm.
and because now I'm on the hot seat here. But
Hmm.
so it's not like he's
But he's
wholesome Don
given
Robert, but
right. But he's given. They gave Frosty some ammo there with knowing that John Rivera's on the rocks.
hmm
So that's something that Frosty can either play into, or to in order to keep them around, or it's something that maybe he could ally himself with. There's all kinds of different ways he could go because giving them, letting them know that there's somebody on the outs gives you a wealth of opportunity to play the game further.
yeah.
So
We'll have to
so that
see
that could be
how
useful.
things. We'll have to see how things progress with this. Like was PG
Yeah.
correct, and we're gonna merge at 10.
Mm-hmm.
How many are we down to now? Are we at 11 or?
Done 11 now. Yeah,
Yeah.
11.
So we'll see what happens next time. And go from there. But yeah, John who were real dinguses for thinking they would just get 2 members for free.
That was the silliest thing. It was like, you'll just get them for free. And I'm like, why would you ever think that?
I'm like, this is so great. Now we'll suddenly be 2 members ahead for no reason, like completely unearned. All right.
We'll be 2 members ahead, and we'll be able to just get rid of their strongest players. This will be great.
No, we'll be 2 members ahead, and at that point you could just win.
Yeah.
Like because we're taking the 2 strongest from their tribe, and we're just gonna decimate them now. We took James, and we're just gonna win all the challenges against them. Okay, that seems like a fun, exactly how Survivor would go.
Yeah.
All right, who would you give your MVP for the episode?
Well, this is tough because there were some very entertaining people this time around, but I would say PG.
Yeah. PG.
She saw right through it. She executed perfectly. She was also just very entertaining in this episode. She's clearly.
Oh yeah, and they were all
what's
like
going on, and
they were all like laughing and during the challenge.
Yeah, they were giggling basically. Yeah.
Jamie had a little smirk going like.
Yeah. Jamie like tossed one of the pieces over. And
she loved getting.
And PG was like
getting up to no
talking
good.
about Sudoku. Talking about Sudoku, and Jeff was like, or not Jeff, but James was all.
I mean, she did just answer. It was just one sentence about Sudoku as an answer to Jeff. He's like, I thought you were good at puzzles or something, and he's like, I'm good at Sudoku. And then now James is all hung up on like, oh, you're over here talking about Sudoku. Your head's not in the game.
Think about the puzzle. Yeah, you're right. My head was my head was very much in the game. My head was in the game so much that I just wasn't doing anything about it.
Yeah, like it seems very much not what the producer would want. Like they're setting up this whole challenge. Like here's this challenge. You're gonna do this, do that, and it's just like chucking pieces. Like I don't care about this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very, very against the spirit of the game, but in that essence, that makes it brilliant. Yeah. And so I have to applaud them for that. So, yeah.
Sorry, Aaron. You deserved better, my boy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's you. It's Aaron, Michelle, and Jonathan and Wanda are sitting on this tribe of screwed over people. Is anybody else?
I'd say Billy got slightly screwed. Billy got slightly screwed too, because remember...
remember Candace didn't get his love?
No, yeah, well, if you remember, what's his face threw freaking...
well, they threw the challenge because they already disliked him enough, though. That was like... Yeah. Because he earned it. Unfortunately. Okay. I mean, it's like...
I just wanted to give a shout out to Billy, because we're big
like,
fans.
Billy, like, we don't like that. We don't like... Anthony being bullied by Rocky. We don't like these things, but I wouldn't put them in the I'm putting like the production screw them over with
he didn't get screwed by the production. That's true. Yeah. Although if you listen, going by the comments, maybe a little bit, there was some stuff that went on that we didn't see. It was on the film. But
who else? Anybody else?
Yeah, it wasn't like wasn't anything like that. No, not that I can think of. Nothing that was very obvious. Whose buff is this? There's that one. That was an early one.
In an alternate reality, we would have said in All Stars, we would have said Amber because she got swapped over as the only person of her tribe.
Yeah.
But luckily, Rob came in clutch for her.
Yeah, Rob came in clutch, and also, from earlier days when they did the quizzes, I think there was one person that lost on a sudden death question of something of inconsequential nature.
Yeah, it was Carl in Survivor Africa.
Yeah.
Little Carl.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that was just the weird ruling that they had of ties at the time.
To me, that's a little bit of production screwing someone over. It's not in the same way because it's not a twist.
Yeah, they didn't. But, it's not like something they put in place that then put the person in that position. It's because of the position that they had to go through it.
Well, the game
I
will
will.
change forever.
Pearl Island's Andrew Savage, kind
Yeah.
of, because the past came back to haunt him. That's tough.
Oh god, I love using the language of the show in a way that's somewhat endearing, but also a little bit mocking.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
His
His
past came
past
back
came
to
back to
haunt
haunt
him.
him.
Yeah, he literally just
Yeah.
they brought Lil back, and so she can go and,
Yeah.
and tip the numbers in their favor and vote Andrew Savage. Yeah. You should have thought about that.
Well, Dave, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that
You know
out.
what I realized we didn't acknowledge when I was editing is
What's
that
that?
Dave from this season literally had a confessional
Mhm.
where it was like, it's not rocket science. And I was just thinking, Dave,
Oh man,
rocket
we
science
didn't
right there.
shoot Dave in rocket science. Yeah. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out, Dave. That's funny.
Those are all the
Yeah.
ones that come to mind. Well, and then there's other gray areas like Sheehan, who I didn't see anything about Emerge.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Sound off in the comments if we forgot one down below. But
Message in a Bottle.
I think we.
Yeah. Who was it that got voted out? Jenny.
Jenny. Yeah.
It was Jenny that was the second person voted out after the Message in a Bottle. Yeah, so she's up there too because she can get any time to even discuss anything. Also, there's a lot. There's way too many actually that I'm thinking of. It's concerning. In Palau, remember they gave I think they gave Ibrahim immunity. The other tribe gave him immunity in that tribal council.
Yeah.
And then I think Angie got voted out with like some random votes here or there. I think she got voted out there. So Angie, I mean, we got it's this growing tribe of poor screwed over Survivor players.
Yeah, so we do have Mario Party rules going on here in Survivor.
To varying degrees. Who's the most screwed over of them all, do you think?
To me, that Jenny one was pretty egregious.
Message in a Bottle?
I don't know if she would have won, though. I mean, Message in a Bottle to me was one of the most egregious twists.
The twist itself, but I think at least that's like the dynamics were already not in your favor.
They weren't like totally in her favor, but she was in the alliance.
But I would say this is worse than that in terms of
this.
They created a dynamic that was doomed him immediately.
Yeah.
It was like something like voting out for no fault of his own, basically. You know?
Yeah.
The only way he could have gotten voted out is if he like wanted to quit more than James. You know, he would have to be like, no, I actually want to go home even more. You know, oh, okay. Then maybe we vote out James.
All right.
So this one's up there.
Yeah,
I think it might be
it's definitely
the top.
Up there.
Oh well, no. The top one is Jonathan and Wanda, who did not get to play Survivor.
Oh.
On day one of Survivor Fallout. That's number one. That was
nonsense, is what that was. That was actually. We didn't even see. I don't even know if Wanda said like a single word in what we watched.
She did. But they also cut out in the edit on Paramount Plus. They cut out her singing a whole song.
Yeah.
It didn't make it into the Paramount Plus version. But so they're number one. I put this at the next rung, followed by maybe Michelle, Survivor Fiji.
Yeah, Michelle was pretty bad too.
Then, Message in a Bottle. Next. So, man, hopefully we don't have to add too many more to this club. Just want some good fair Survivor, folks.
Ridiculous.
It was fun. Did you enjoy the episode?
Yeah, I still enjoyed the episode overall. In spite of that. It was still very entertaining. It's entertaining that somebody was just very easily to break the integrity of how. Wait, it's not supposed to work like that. You're not supposed to just be able to throw and. What remind me of the Michelle thing? I know it was just last season, but
Michelle they
I didn't write it
they
down.
got to the merge and they said we're gonna randomly go into 2 tribes and do a vote
Oh yes.
that way,
Okay.
and she ended
Yeah.
up with all of her alliance people being on the
Right.
other group
Yeah.
basically.
We're gonna randomly assort you into 2 tribes now.
But to be
Yeah.
fair, according to Dreams in that episode, it was because she said that one thing at tribal council about I barely know Dreams. That's why we voted voted her out.
It's
So did it to herself.
insane.
She deserved it.
Yeah.
And then
All right. Well, there you
Stacy
have it.
narrowly survived that, and then went on to be voted out without the majority of the votes because Yao Man plays his idol. So
Mm.
Stacy was robbed. Truly. All right. Well, that was a fun episode of Survivor China.
It was. It was fun. Good times.
Yeah, a lot of fun moments in there. All right. Well, if you enjoyed this video, why don't you go check out our recent review of a Malaysian film called The Assistant. All right.
Yeah. Go check it out.
Check it out. And as always, click the link in the description to see the social media and everything like that. Hit subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Like the video. Leave a comment. And if you do, be sure to read it in the next episode of the Tarqaron podcast. As long as there's not spoilers in it. If there are, and it's something I might save for a end of season review, potentially as well. All right. Take care of yourself.